actually that he can back up his big talk there. With more games like
Can.
that, I really expect to see him do well in future series.
Dude, I'm so pumped, man. For a second there, I was thinking, I was like, oh my god, Draw's gonna lose. It's gonna be ZVZ finals. But he came through. Oh,
Came
or
through.
actually, he came through in game one. It's not over yet. It is a best of three. So, game number two is going to be on Electric Circuit, and Electric Circuit is heavily Zerg favored in this matchup in ZVP. So, Draw will have his work. Actually, I think it is. Yes, it is. Draw will have his work cut out for him. But let's see what crazy shenanigans he can pull out. All right, here we are in game number two on Electric Circuit. At the bottom left, as the teal Protoss, we do have sas.dRaW. And at the bottom right, as the yellow Zerg, we have LRM trutaCz.
We do indeed. I'm sorry, guys, by the way. My Brood War is just freaking out. I was slightly late to join that game. It is not Sale's fault. Do not blame Sale for the slightly slow transition. But yeah, I hope my Brood War doesn't freeze up on me at any point. But I'm sure it will. I'm sure it'll go off absolutely 100% without a hitch. So
Guys, Broodor is punishing Elegant for being a bad Protoss.
it is, and I don't feel like I deserve this.
You do.
You know?
You definitely do.
You put 1 foot wrong, and then the Enclave, it never quite forgives you. The Conclave, rather.
You're,
Oh my
you're
god!
a Zerg sympathizer, Elegant. That's what you are. See, we don't like Zerg sympathizers.
Yeah, well, you battered me out.
Oh
Always.
man. Anyway, yeah. Okay. So even though this map is Zerg favored in this matchup, Draw. I mean, he's got some pretty wacky builds. The one that always comes to mind is I casted a game where he went 2 base arbiters against Zeke and won in a PvZ. It was mind-boggling. All right. I mean, that's like, all right. For those of you who don't understand, like that. Going Arbiters in PvZ is extremely rare. Rushing for Arbiters off 2 base is basically like unheard of. And yet he pulled it off, and he beat Zeke, who is almost undisputably the number 1 foreigner right now.
Yeah.
So that was pretty crazy.
Yeah, undoubtedly a superb performance. Zeke is just terrifying. trutaCz with a little bit of nonchalant talk right there. Draw making his excuse, and trutaCz is saying straight up, I don't care. I'd like to take this opportunity while not much happens to thank our sponsors. I know we're already in the game, but nonetheless, it would not be the same without them. Massive shout out to Twitch TV and to Razor for supporting us in this event. Without them, it would not be possible. Massive thanks to them for putting up the prize for this, and massive thanks to Team Liquid as well for backing this. It would not be possible without any of these people. So a huge thanks, and a lot of recognition should go to them.
That's right. That's right. Buy Razor stuff, guys.
Please.
Yeah, you know that's actually how like I buy all my things now, because I never keep up with like gadgets and stuff and all the all the new gear that's coming out, and like I don't really care about that kind of stuff. So like when I was trying to decide what phone I wanted, I went to the store and the guy was like, all right, what kind of phone do you want? Like what kind of, how many minutes do you want? How good of a phone? I'm just like, I want a Samsung phone because Samsung pays storks money. and he gave me kind of a weird look, but I got a Samsung phone, so yeah, it worked.
You're laughing, aren't you? Yeah, brilliant for you. I can see why he'd think that was a little bit strange then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and then my mom wanted to buy a phone, so she asked me. She's like, I'm not really sure what phone I should buy. Like, should I get a Nokia? I'm like, Mom, if you buy a Nokia phone, I'm going to disown you as my parent.
Yeah, I mean, you may not know much.
Buy a Samsung phone.
Yeah.
And I think she got an iPhone, but that's not the point.
Oh.
The point is like
said your
Sponsors are
piece.
good. Buy their stuff.
Yeah, you said your piece. Exactly, and I think we can all get behind that message. I think we can all get behind that message. We have some very, very normal stuff going down. In draws, naturally, he's thrown down his Nexus. He's got the first photon cannon coming in. First photon cannon looks a little bit on edge in terms of its timing, but it does come in time. So no biggie there. And a third base already happening for his opponent. trutaCz up in the top right-hand corner there, and the transfer now going out. We have only one gas so far for draw. The second gas looking maybe a little bit delayed, but at least this is an indicator that he's probably not going for any kind of Sarah Reaver play. So I expect we'll be seeing another ground army this game. From him right here, and getting a nice extended probe scout as well. He's going to get into the main and see the lair, and he's going to know that there is nothing crazy doing as of yet.
Indeed. And oh, looks like Overlord flirting with the cannon a little bit, taking a couple of hits. Nothing too major. Stargate going down now. Probably going to see a Citadel as soon as he has 100 gas. Everything as normal here. He's taking a second gas now as well. So probably means he's not going for any crazy speed loss shenanigans. This is, you know, otherwise he'd delay this by a bit more. Meanwhile, the probe's trying to run up to the top right base, get a gander at the third. He probably knows it's there already, but just wants to double check. So he means not going to be able to prevent that. So now he sees that there. He's like, all right, I know what's going on. I know what's up. So now we can continue on with our standard builds.
Yep, exactly. We can. We do have a second gas now for draw, but it looks like he's being so incredibly normal with this right here. And yeah, normal stuff from both. So we do have a spy happening from trutaCz. We'll see how that progresses, but still no gas is natural. I thoroughly expect it not to be any kind of major mutalist play. Now, it's often curious to see on maps like this, especially in PvZ for me for some reason, to see how players adapt to deal with the extra mineral only base, because I often feel like it can work out pretty interestingly in PvZ, because of course it gives you a lot of extra scope to make Lings and Zealots, two very crucial units in this matchup. So kind of it weights things a little bit differently in the mid game.
Indeed it does, but oh my god, that's a lot of Zerglings. That is many Zerglings. Oh my god, we're
many
seeing another
Zerglings.
run by! Oh no, it's deja vu! No! No, don't die! Draw, don't die! Oh god, the Zerglings! Oh wait, they're actually dying. Oh! Oh,
Yeah, the Zerglings look like they might be going down.
Probes! Probe power!
Are super good. It looks like the probes just managed to hold the front door.
Look,
There's a
look at
probe
this
freaking
probe.
out at the front right there. It is so happy that it has gas and that it won the battle.
Dude, he's doing a victory dance. He's like, yeah, suck it, Zerglings, suck it!
Yeah,
Oh
and
man.
that is how to defend a Zergling run by with one cannon and two zealots. That is how it's done. So draw once again, holding on through a tough situation, and that has been quite costly for trutaCz, and he's continuing to produce Zerglings, but he has managed to get himself a supply box now as well, because of course of this late tech. He was unable to effectively defend himself against Corsairs, so he's continuing to try and do some damage at the front, but I don't think he's going to be able to. We have another cannon, we have a massive number of probes blocking at the front there. We have two Zealots and a Dragoon too, so that is nothing doing for trutaCz at Draw's front door. So he's going to have to retreat and just do the best he can, but he's in a really, really tough situation. Oh, okay, he does have a couple of Scourge out right now. I was thinking if he didn't have Scourge on the way already, then he was going to be supplied blocked for quite some time, and that would have been a major, major problem for him. But Draw going to still be able to hold out, making up an extra cannon as well, and it's looking good for a Protoss player, whereas it's not looking so good a minute ago.
Well, you see, trutaCz has an easy solution to being supply blocked, which is just to make buildings. I mean, buildings don't cost supply, right? So just make hatcheries, man. Just make more hatcheries. It's all good. See, he's all good now. Now he's not supply blocked, he makes drones. So actually his money's all down. So yeah.
Awesome.
Stay calm, make hatcheries, and now he's on 5 hatches. He's got his Hydrogen, he's got his Spire. He's actually not in a terrible position, because of course Draw did have to pull a lot of probes there. He just left them off the line for quite a bit. But I think, yeah, Draw's definitely still ahead at this point.
Yeah, I feel like he is. That kind of situation always benefits the Protoss if he can hold off effectively. He really lost pretty much no probes in that little engagement. Interesting cannon placement in front of the main Nexus. So it doesn't really defend his main mineral line at all if he needs to get around the back, if there are in fact any mutants. But I guess it's more designed to protect his Corsairs as they pop out of the Stargate against any incoming Scourge. And now gatewaying up quite significantly. Oh, it looks like we had a little bit of engagement outside the natural. Okay, there's DT now out on the map, so Draw going to start doing the DT wandering action, and let's see if he can sneak that through anywhere useful. Does he have any Corsairs left? He does have one Corsair, so let's see what he can do with this.
There's actually a second DT just now left the natural, so going to do a bit of multiple angle DT shenanigans. But oh my god, the Overlord just left the natural. Oh wait, no, it's going back. Oh, he senses danger. His spidey senses are tingling. They're telling him that Dark Templar shenanigans are afoot, or something.
Yeah.
But no.
I don't know what he's looking for.
Oh, he left, and he doesn't have an overlord as natural. The good thing about that, or rather the kind of thing that might save him though, is that his rally point's probably set as natural, so any more overloads he makes will just go there automatically.
Yeah.
But anyway, looks like he's going for an attack now. That's not that many Hydras though, so he's probably just gonna poke around a bit, maybe try and snipe a High Templar if possible. Not really gonna do too much.
I feel like that attack's a little bit speculative. Nonetheless, we do not have System in yet for draw, and I don't know if he's even researching it. Is it not finished? Is it finished already?
Oh my god. Maybe he just forgot it and is gonna do a Zealot Archon all in.
Because
I think he just forgot. Oh my god, I think he just forgot Storm and he's like, shit, now what do I do? Alright, make gateways, all in, kill him, kill him! That's what he's doing, dude.
I think that is what he's doing.
Dude, and you know what's gonna happen? After, like, Draw's gonna, like, if you ask him, Draw's gonna pretend that this was his plan all along. He's gonna be like, yeah, I totally planned to go 8 gateways, Zealot Archon all in at, like, 15 minutes. Yeah, that's a legit thing. That's a thing. But no, we know the truth. You know the truth.
Have 2 DTs going into the natural expansion and forcing a complete drone pull. There were no overlords in there for just a little while, but then one backup overlord kind of floated on in at the last second, so good thing for that. But he might be able to take out the top right-hand corner main base hatchery before any Zerg forces can get there and help it out. If he uses both these DTs, I'm sure he can get it down with his plus weapons taking effect as well. And there's a decent number of speed zealots coming out too. But I think this could be very effective for Draw. However, we have a big drop coming in to the back into Draw's main base. So let's see if he sees this in time. He's not going to be able to scout it. He might not even see it with his nexus on the high ground, so this is going to be quite bad. He needs to get forces back there to defend right now, and he's immediately pulling all his units back, but he's going to sustain some pretty serious damage beforehand. Might get his High Templar sniped off in the process.
Oh man, this is going to do a ton of damage. Fortunately for Draw, his army wasn't too far away from home, but it is getting a little bit stuck on his own wall here. Units kind of trickling back in, but I think he'll do a decent amount of damage. Probably wants to save some of these probes. Actually, he's going to use them to fight, but I don't think that's a good idea here. He's going to lose a lot of probes. Yeah, he's just going to hold them back. I think he was trying to wait and see if the Hydras focus the Nexus or not, because if they focus the Nexus, the probes should stay there and fight, but if they kill the probes, then they just run away. So it looks like he's made the correct decision now. He's going to clean that up. But unfortunately, whatever plan he had with those Zealot Archons is kind of nullified. Although he did kill the top right fourth with those 2 DTs. So we're back on. Well, actually, we're up to 3 base against 3 base because Draw's now gotten his mineral only at the back there. So yeah, Draw keeping himself in a good position. Although yeah, that Zealot Archon thing just didn't work. And he's got High Templars now, but he's still not researching Storm. So he doesn't have Storm, does he?
No, I don't think he does. I haven't seen him research it yet, unless he's had it all along and just hasn't been letting on, but I can't imagine why he would have made Archons in that situation. I'm surprised he's not making up any Corsairs in this position, because if I were him, I would definitely be thinking I want to be more safe than this against future drops, but it looks like he's not too bothered about that. He's just going to keep going for this. His production has halted a little bit, but he's looking a little bit short on cash at this moment in time. But I don't know if he's got the army to take on trutaCz at this point. I don't know if he's got any Scythe Storm either. He has 1 High Templar, which looks like it's about to get sniped. Oh, he does have Scythe Storm.
Nice Storm there. It is going to get sniped down. I don't think it had energy anyway. Interestingly, Draw was actually attacking the stacked Side Disruptors with his Archons. Now, Archons do actually have splash damage, so they are one of the units where it is actually kind of effective to attack the back temples there. Although, and you know what? I have actually seen that kind of strategy once before. The Protoss on this map actually breaks these down and goes in the back, kind of like a Zerg would do with Lurkers. It's a bit unusual, but perhaps that's actually what Draw was going for. I think that's what he claimed he was going for in the chat when I accused him of forgetting Storm. But oh, looks like the Hydras are attacking their Hydra Den.
That's cool. Whereabouts? Oh, is he gonna? He is gonna take it out.
Is that Patricide or whatever it's called?
Yeah, it is. That's really crazy. That must have been on purpose though, because they stopped and then they started again. So I can only imagine that was deliberate. Why? I cannot possibly imagine. But he does have a second Hydra Den in his main. Okay, so it was deliberate. It was just a matter of a bad SimCity. But Draw is continuing to push with only 1 Archon and 1 Zealot. He's coming in with some reinforcements, but it looks like he's going to lose his High Templar right here. They're going to be very, very easily snipeable. Oh, the Side Disruptors. Are they burning down?
Oh my god, they are burning down! What the hell? I didn't know they burned.
This is the weirdest day ever. The Side Disruptors are burning down. Draw is going to lose the remnants of his army. All of his High Templar are going to get sniped off right there. And the Side Disruptors burn down. That is the weirdest stuff I've ever seen in my entire life.
Wait, does that mean you can repair them?
Oh my god, Sale. What have we done?
Wait, hold on. It didn't have the fire animation, it just died.
It's kind of slowly decayed.
It fell into disrepair. Uh-oh, we have a multi-drop coming in. He's going in main and natural. He's going in main and natural. Alright, oh no, he's going to the mineral only. Here we go. Drop number 1. He's going to pull all the units down to the mineral only, and then he's going to drop the natural. Or he would if he loaded his overlords.
Yeah, he would if he actually had anything in them. Okay, now he has something in them, so now he's going into the natural. I think the natural's going to be maybe adequately defended. Having said that, there's not all that many quicktime cannons when you really look at it. A few High Templar coming in to defend the back and losing that Observer just crucially in the back door there, but it looks like he's been able to take out all the lurkers first. And meanwhile, the drop coming into natural looks like it's going to be relatively toothless. Storm being thrown down on top of those overlords, managing to grab itself no kills. And time to start transferring probes back. No, a little bit too early to transfer probes back into the mineral only. There's still 3 Hydralisks ready and waiting. They might actually be able to take out their Nexus there if Draw is unable to get back and save it. He only has 1 Dragoon. I think he may actually lose that Nexus to 3 remaining Hydralisks. And he's starting to lose his grip on this game a little bit here as well, with more units coming around the front for TrueTouch.
Indeed, indeed. One random Zergling is actually stuck behind the natural minerals, gets taken out by a Dragoon, and looks like trutaCz preparing now to take down the side disruptors at Draw's backdoor entrance as well. Looks like Draw finally getting guys back mining here at the mineral only, but that's probably not going to last long if this goes down. No, he's just going to go for a drop. He's not going to bother with taking that down. What units does Draw have? Not that many. Fairly small army here, because Draw actually killed a lot, or sacrificed a lot of his own zealots doing a counterattack on the 3rd base that didn't actually end up doing too much damage here.
Yeah.
It's like 1 DK left over there still. But, oh man, this drop could be deadly unless he can get a great storm off. He needs to pull the probes right now. The Nexus, I think, will inevitably go down. It can just get focused down very easily, although it looks like maybe not. No, it is being focused right now. Is it going to go down? I think it will. It's going to go down. And that's all he really needed to do with that attack.
And see, this is exactly why I thought he should have started building Corsairs when he was aware that drops were coming in, because he's just been absolutely unable to do anything apart from sit in his base and defend, which is the last thing he wants to be doing with this strategy. He built lots of gateways so he could be aggressive, and all he's ended up doing is just defending, which has been absolutely terrible for him, and he's had really no options. And with a decent fleet of Corsairs, I think this damage could easily have been offset, but as it is, he's just been forced into a position that he doesn't want to be in. And another drop coming in now as well. This is just unstoppable from TrueTouch. And imagine if all those overlords were being shot by Corsairs right now, it would not be looking so easy.
That is very, very true. Although this time, with a few zealots standing there waiting for the drop, TrueTouch decides better and moves away. But man, that is a big army moving across the middle of the map. Draw doesn't even have a High Templar at his natural right now. So when that attack comes in, it's going to be very, very dangerous. Although, is it going to go with a drop once again? No. Oh, there go the overlords. Oh man, he might just drop on the natural and attack it at the same time or something. Where's he actually going with this? Looks like Draw's trying to figure out as well. But Draw does have some Dragoons this time. Oh my god, the Overlord should not go in there. You gotta be very, very careful. I think Draw needs to leave at least 1 High Templar as natural as well, just in case TrueTouch tries to go for the killing blow. Meanwhile, looks like this hatchery at the top right isn't gonna get taken down. The Overlord's coming in. It's gonna be close. Looks like, oh, the DP decides to attack the units instead. Does get taken out, so that base is gonna go up and give TrueTouch his 5th base, his 4th gas base. Although, look at this! Hidden base at the top left mineral only.
Oh, cool. That is cool by Draw. Although he does need the extra gas, I suppose extra minerals is good too. You can just keep pumping speeds out, and that's the kind of thing he needs right now. But more drops coming in from TrueTouch. I think that's still adequately defended. TrueTouch is definitely going to be wise to be turning around there. A little bit of a pause going on for some reason. TrueTouch seeming to need to deal with something. But yeah, TrueTouch being a tad bit slow on getting that 4th gas base up and running. I think that's kind of helped Draw out quite significantly. I think Draw did actually take that out at one point with ZTs, but I think TrueTouch has been quite slow to re-establish that. And it looks like Draw will actually be able to get this top left-hand mineral only up and running as well, right under the nose of that Zergling waiting in the main. So it's quite impressive how that probe actually got through at all. I'm not quite sure how this happened, but there is quite a significant contain being set up right now. So Draw is very soon going to have a new set of problems to contend with.
Man, but this is very interesting because Draw right now is building up a very substantial army, a lot of Dragoons, the heavy hitters in the Protoss army here, the backbone of the Protoss army, and breaking a Lurker contain. And it's looking actually kind of similar to the last game, basically, where, you know, we thought he was in a bad position, we thought he was behind, but he just kind of played very patiently, massed up a big army, and just kind of swatted the Zerg aside. Although in this case, I think it's slightly different here. He is now behind in supply, behind about 25 supply. He is contained in his base, and I really don't see a good way for him to actually break out of of this. The Zerg can just keep them contained. The Zerg doesn't need to attack. trutaCz can just sit back, expand, tech up, and kind of just take the whole map. And Draw's going to be the one that's forced to move out here, and it's really not going to help. And the thing is, even this mineral only at the top left, obviously, you know, he can't transfer probes there, so the income's going to be fairly slow in coming in. And even when it does come in, it's a mineral only, so it's just going to give him more zealots, which don't really help against the lurker contain.
Not at all. It's about to get scouted as well. trutaCz finally sees what's going on with that before it becomes effective. Draw is steadily trying to storm his way out. He will, ooh, no, not quite losing his high tempo right there, and he is kind of making a decent enough dent, but trutaCz is diverting some forces up to the top left-hand corner where he is now aware of that mineral only, so he's going to be able to take that out, I think, relatively easily. He's got 2 Overlords worth of Zerglings going in right there, so I don't think that's going to be too much of a problem for him, and Draw once again is going to be knocked back down to 3 bases, only 2 of them effectively mining at this point.
Indeed, indeed. And, well, I guess it's just going to be a lull in the action as Draw tries to, you know, be as cost efficient as possible picking off these lurkers. He can't slowly storm them down. 2 storms will kill a lurker, but I mean, it's just going to take too long. I mean, if he just only does that, by the time he actually breaks out, the Zerg's just going to have every single base on the map. He's going to have, you know, 30 Ultralisks waiting for him. So, you know, you got to do a few of these storm things, but eventually you just have to go for it. And I think Draw is preparing to do that now. He's bringing his Dragoons forward. I think he's getting ready. Just going to do a bit more softening up of the lurkers before he actually goes. But look at this, trutaCz prepared. He's got a lot of units waiting in the wings here to just clamp down on the Protoss forces when he makes that move. And it looks like he's a bit distracted now by an attack on this mineral only. It is going to get taken down. Nothing that Draw can do to defend it. He just got to try and move out here. It looks like there's some Overlords with units in them just going to drop directly on the Protoss army here. I don't know where they were intended to go. There's a lot more reinforcements not coming in. Okay, finally now coming in. I think this is probably going to be it for Draw. This is his last hurrah, really. He needs this attack to do some serious damage.
Yeah, he needs to major damage, like taking out the base damage, which he doesn't look like he's going to be able to do at this point. He's just got a core of Dragoons remaining, although he has still got a decent number of units coming from the back, and he has got Reavers popping out as well, so maybe it's not as over as it seems, and maybe he can really do something. That is a scary, scary core of Dragoons. Looking at what tech trutaCz has up and running, he doesn't have any real hive tech level stuff going on here, so he doesn't have any defilers or anything like that on the map currently, so Draw might actually still stand half a chance of doing some pretty major damage and maybe even getting a 4th up and running, in which case he is still going to have a pretty decent shot at this.
Oh man, is this actually going to look like last game where he just comes out with his army and kills everything? Oh, beautiful storms there, taking out so many Zerglings. Let me see if I can get a kill count. 21 kills on that baby. But looks like, the lurkers running into everything. Actually going to suicide some lurkers here, but a lot more units coming in from the back.
Maybe
he needs
not.
some more storms here. He needs a storm. He's got no energy on Light Templar. Where's the energy? There's a storm. He needs another storm. He needs to kill all these Zerglings. He does do it. He's got a few units left over. The problem is trutaCz's economy is a little bit too strong right now. He's just producing so many reinforcements. Draw just couldn't quite break out in time, so even though he's barely busted the contain, all these reinforcements are going to be a little bit too much, and there go the last remnants of the Protoss forces running back into the base. Looks like 2 Reavers going to join the fight. Way too late to make a difference, though.
Yeah, I mean, Draw has just been a step behind for quite some time in this game, ever since trutaCz started to drop. He's just looked out of ideas, now loading a few things into a shuttle, going to try and do some harassment, but once again I think it's going to be too little too late, and Draw is now pushing out with a very, very small unit and 2 walking Reavers, and we all know how painful that is to watch, and so Draw is faced with a tough situation right now where I think pretty much all he can do is try and hold and defend a 4th, but honestly, even as he does that, trutaCz will be able to take as many more bases as he wishes, so I think it's a little bit of a case of being between a rock and a hard place for Draw.
Yeah, and he's mined out his main as now. He's only mining on the mineral only, and all the hive tech is now finished for trutaCz. He's got his defiler mount getting consumed. He's got his Ultralisk cavern. Looks like Draw is going to continue to win these small engagements because trutaCz just kind of doesn't really seem to care. He's just throwing away the units. Although Draw now with a tiny supply lead, 130 against looks like 123, but that's not quite enough. And I think that's
storm
just,
drop in the top right.
Well spotted.
Right at the end there. So yeah, Draw manages to take out a fair few drones with that, and actually still keeping himself in this game. If he can get that 4th up, I maintain that if that 4th can come up, then he's actually not dead yet, because he's still trying some harassment in here as well. He's doing a decent bit of harassment.
Oh
my god, that is brutal.
Oh god, the Scourge. Oh god, the sandwich. Scourge sandwich.
And so many kills in that DT in the mineral only as well. We have an 11 kill DT in the mineral only, now having a go at the Defiler Mound as well. But Draw looks like he might not be able to hold on to his 4th base, which is what he really needs to do at this point. He's going to have to chuck the last of his units in and desperately try to hold this. I think Draw has had an impressive last through Iron here, but it might just be too little too late for him. He has no money left really with which to make more units. And he's going to have a really hard time getting rid of the last of this stuff from TrueTouch. Although he is somehow still kind of managing to deal with these units. His Reaver wanders directly into trouble though, and it looks like his 4th base will be forfeit at around about the time the first probe transfer gets in.
He's got a drop at the mineral only though at the top right. Man, Draw is trying his hardest to stay in this game, and oh my god, this Nexus is getting taken down so fast. Look at that. 3 Cracklings, man, have like ridiculous DPS, highest DPS in the game, cheapest unit in the game. Dude, Dustin Browder, you didn't even work on this game, but you should fix it. You should make it better. Actually, no, don't do that. Please don't talk to your board.
Yeah, please stay away. We have a little bit of a drone stack messing around at the back of Draw's main, but a bit of a probe stack rather, but probe stack's the last thing he needs to be worried about. He looks like he will be unable to cling onto his 4th base, and GG!
TrueTouch.
Oh, yeah, wow.
Evening up the score. It is 1-1. We are going to have 2 semifinals going down to the wire here, going down to the 3rd game. Man, this is awesome.
I don't even know how that ended up looking close, to be honest, because Draw looked down and out for quite some time during that game, and then somehow he managed to pull it back, and with just some crazy harass at the end there. If he'd have held into that 4th, he would have had a shot. He really would.
Man, I was just wondering the whole time. I was like, is he just going to run out with his big army and kill everything like game 1? Can he actually come back? Oh, that would have been so glorious.
Yeah, it was theoretically possible.